Okay, yun, magandang araw and good day again to everyone. So, today is Feb 20, 2025, around 10:34 a.m. Philippine time. So, in this video, again, what we'll be doing is do our daily process and market update video where we discuss what happened with the markets and ano yung ginawa ko in this trading session. So, looking at our market summary based on Pulse Money Report. So, percent of indices up for today, 57.14%. Indices up for the week, 85.71%. Indices above the 10 and 20-day moving average, 71.43%, and same with the 50-day moving average natin, above the 50-day moving average. So basically, for today's session, top gainers natin are the following. The S&P 500, 0.24%. The Qs is quite flat. So looking at our market dashboard, top decliner natin for today's session is Spider Midcaps. And the small cap index or small cap benchmark natin, which is IWM, down 0.34% this trading session. So S&P 500, the Qs prints new all-time high. If we're gonna look at our chart, SPY prints new all-time high. The Qs also prints new all-time high. Actually printing new all-time high, but not all-time closing high. So ayun, basically right now, what we are seeing is that IWM small caps, MDY mid-caps is underperforming the S&P 500, yung market cap weighted S&P 500 natin. RSP is also underperforming in this trading session. Key moving average based market breadth, benchmark natin or market internals natin. Percent of stocks above the 20-day, 50-day, and 100-day moving average, still quite healthy above the 50% level. So percent of stocks na nag-advance for today's session, 41.09%, below the bullish cutoff. So, mas madaming decliners versus advancers this trading session. So, we're still in a risk-on market state. First, in this index composite score or index momentum composite score, 71.43%. So, portfolio exposure range na recommended as per the Pulseman report, 50 to 75%. So, at least medyo dapat deployed ka kahit papaano, but you need to be cautious, no? So, babaan mo yung VAR range mo per trade, 0.5 to 1% lang. So open risk exposure is 1 to 2% of capital. So if you're exposing your portfolio with 0.5% VAR per trade, so apat na possessions yun, max, no, at any given time. So what you can do is use our risk management calculator, ilagay mo yung mga possessions mo and it automatically computes your open risk or percent portfolio open risk. So if above 2%, you are over deployed. If below 2%, you are under deployed. So that's that. That's our market summary. Looking at our sectors. Simply put, top gainers natin this trading session, healthcare sector and energy sector. As well as consumer staples and utilities. Top decliner natin, materials. So I'm not sure if nagde-decline yung ating gold. Let's look later. Tignan natin later. So now let's look at what happened with stocks. Individual stocks, individual names. Ano yung mga top gainers natin, top losers. So Palantir down, negative 10%. SMCI continues its rally, 7.97%. INTC, Intel Corp, negative 6.10%. ADI, I think it released their earnings, 9.74%, up for today's session. So HIMSS, one of the top healthcare names, 17.5%. Dahil dun sa news na may na-acquire silang lab testing or at-home lab testing company. So Tesla is also up by 1.82%. So MSTR 4.58% down this trading session. So actually quite mixed, but madami tayong decliners in the tech sector. Okay, so looking at our indices, tignan natin yung ating indices. So SPY prints to all-time high, nothing to discuss here. Bulls are in control. Same with the Qs, market cap weighted Qs, equally weighted Qs printing an inside bar today. So right now, we're still above the 10, 20, 50, and 100-day moving average. Clear as day na bulls are in control in the equally weighted Qs. Dow Jones, US 30. So, nagkikreate siya ng super tight parang triangle or diamond pattern, whatever you want to call it. Ang importante dito is we're above the 20-day moving average, means that bulls are in control in DIA or diamonds. So MDY, looking at MDY, still in the range or still in this channel range above the 100-day, 50-day moving average. So okay pa naman yung mid caps natin. But overall, as long as we're still below this VPOC area, this 3-month VPOC area, uh, medyo dapat mag-ano muna tayo, no? Mag-lighten on mid-cap names. So right now, parang nag-flirt siya near the VPOC area. So kailangan mag-serve as support area to, ng volume point of control natin. So small caps, same character with MDY. It's at support, VPOC support area. Right now, we're still below the 50-day and 100-day moving average. Ang importante dito for IWM is to break above the 50-day and most importantly, this 230 high volume node area. Ito, high volume node yan. So if it's below this high volume node area, it means it's serving as resistance. So clear as day na resistance area to. So once IWM breaks above 230, doon natin malalaman na buyers are now in control. So RSP, looking at RSP, so much healthier than small caps and mid caps. We're above the VPOC area, volume point of control. And we're above the 50-day, 20-day, 100-day, and 10-day moving average. Although yung 50-day mo is crossing below the 100-day, ang pinaka-importante dito, we're still above the key moving averages. So if the rally in RSP continues, mag-ano lang yan, mag-criss-cross lang yan. Yung 50-day mo and 50-day mo to the 100-day moving average. So that's our major indices telling us that buyers are in control and everything is okay. So in terms of internals naman, we saw a deterioration in short-term internals. So MMFD, percent of stocks above the 5-day moving average. So coming from this 59% level, we're right now, we're at 52% level. For 52% na lang yung percent of stocks above the 5-day moving average. So bulls are still in control in the short-term time frame, ultra short-term time frame, since we're above the 50% level. MMTW, percent of stocks above the 20-day, we're still above the 50% bullish cutoff. Right now, it's telling us na if mag-continue yung decline, or I mean, persist yung decline dito sa 50% level, then most likely magkaroon tayo ng market correction. So, if that happens, maybe magkaroon tayo ng equally weighted views pullback, or magkaroon tayo ng bull trap in the SPY and the push. So, MMFI also at the 50% level, nothing to discuss here. More room for upside if market continues to rally. If it manages to decline below the 50% level or close below the 50% level, we should be expecting a correction, or at least ayun nga, a sharp correction. So same character with MMOH yung internals natin. So let's look at the dollar. Kamusta ba yung dollar natin? So it's counter rallying, now testing the 10-day moving average as resistance. But good thing with the DXY, yun nga, we close below this resistance area. Itong 107.2 level. So if we're gonna look at the bigger picture, this is a classic Wyckoff accumulation. Pag nagkaroon tayo ng breakout in accumulation structures, tapos nagkaroon ng retest, then mag-continue yung rally, magta-transition siya to a markup phase. Right now, looks like it's a failed transition to markup phase. Kasi yun nga, we close below this resistance area, yung 107.2 area. Right now, ang gusto talaga natin makita for DXY is to resist at 107.2 again, and then plunge below the 100-day moving average. So weak dollar is good for equities. US 10-year yields, ganun din. Ideally, ang gusto natin makita is declining US 10-year yields. Right now, it's printing an inside bar candle, no? So ito yung mother bar mo. It's an inside bar, a 2-day inside bar pattern. Right now, ideally, ang gusto natin makita is a break below 4.5%. 4.5% level. But ayun nga, looks like bears are still in control in the US 10-year yields. Obviously, if bond prices yung ano mo, since inverse correlation siya, you have more bond buyers. So if we're gonna look at TLT, TLT is counter rallying, or at least recovering, somewhat recovering. So inverse relationship siya. If you have dollar rise, I mean, if you have bonds rising, yes, 10-year yields is declining. So right now, ayun nga, US 10-year yields. Ideally, yung gusto natin makita is declining US 10-year yields. So that's our general macro. Looking at commodities, kumusta ba yung copper natin? So still in the decline. Okay, so this is a measure of aggregate demand, economical demand, or business activity. So if you're concerned about inflation, ang gusto mo makita dyan is declining copper. Wag lang yung super sharp declining copper kasi it's a sign of a recession. Right now, it attempted to break above this structural resistance area. Right now, karoon tayo ng bull trap. So, hanapin niya yung support niya most likely at the 50-day moving average at 4.5 level. So, if we're gonna look at this this volume profile na itong range na yan, nasa value area high tayo actually. So, high volume node area to. So, madami kang buyers at this level. Next demand area mo is at 4.4 area. 4.4 level. So, if magkaroon ng bull trap nga to, mag-materialize yung bull trap na to, next support area may 4.4. So, yes, oil. So, ito naman, inflation ano din to, benchmark. So, gusto natin makita is for US oil to drop slowly, wag lang super sharp. Kasi yun nga, same with copper, Dr. Copper. Super sharp decline in copper price, super sharp decline in US oil prices, signal sa recession or a credit event. So, right now, yun nga, we're recovering above the 100-day moving average. It's creating a double bottom. Ang ngayon natin makita is a revisit towards $76. So, ayun nga, parang yung markets are pricing in peak inflation nung recent inflation data releases. So, if US oil rallies, diba? So, baka magkaroon ng another inflation data print na higher than expected. So, magkakaroon ng shift in narrative. So, that's US oil. Looking at gold, kala natin na-decline yung gold dahil sa lower tawag dito, sa XLB materials sector. Pero yun, nag-rally pa rin yung gold natin. So I think same with silver, printing this inside bar again. So it's eating the tail. Ito yung rejection candle mo. You have a big upside tail. If it's gonna eat the tail and breaks above 33.38, silver will continue to rally. So, mga magbe-benefit dyan, mga silver miners, junior silver miners. So, tingnan mo na lang ano yung mga components ng mga silver miners. So, yeah, that's our commodities, that's our inter-asset correlation, inter-market correlation. So, crypto, silipin natin. Right now, no man's land pa rin, below the 100-day moving average, below this VPOC area, 3-month VPOC area. So, bears are still in control in crypto. So, Philippine equities, okay, sige, above 6K level. More of, ayun nga again, PSEI or Philippine market is an outlier market. So, for example, PX Mining, di ba? Felix Mining. Nag-rally siya, although overextended na yan. So, don't chase, kumbaga, no? Don't chase, ika nga. So, if we're gonna look at this accumulation structure, nasa targets ka na rin. 4.7 level, you're at target. Next target mo dyan is 5.8. So, lalong-lalo na reach niya yung 5 peso area. So, if it manages to break below 5 pesos area, madami ka may ipit na tao dito. Kasi at 5 pesos, nag-iba yung board lot eh. Nag-iba yung board lot. So, from 1,000 shares, magiging 100 shares na lang ata. I'm not sure. Yun yung pagkakarecall ko. So, that's Philippine equities. May mga outliers ka. Although, ayun nga, you don't trade index names, index components. So let's look at charts of individual sectors. XLY, okay, below the 50-day, looks healthy pa rin naman overall. Meron tayong makikita parang another channel dito. So, 2 channels ang na-perform niya. If it breaks above this channel, then okay siya for consumer discretionary. But ayun nga, recent retail sales data tells us that medyo may onting decline in consumption. So, consumer discretionary medyo alanganin na sector. For me, based on recent fundamental developments. So XLF, it's about to print new all-time high. So watch out for major banks or big financial institutions making out. For example, JP Morgan actually near all-time high. Citigroup, it's creating an inside bar pattern. After this post-earnings base breakout, continues to rally. So another WFC, interesting name as well. After earnings, nag-rally, nag-pullback, nag-rally na ulit. Or I mean, nagko-continue na yung rally niya. So at the lower time frame after this pullback breakout, so meron ka makikita dyan parang wedge or triangle, whatever you want to call it. After this breakout, and looks okay naman. So XLF looking good. XLF looking good. XLC, looking at XLC, printing an inside bar. I mean, tama ba? Inside bar to. Considered as an inside bar. So, importante with XLC, clearest day na bulls are in control. We're above the 10, 20, 50, and 100-day moving average. XLK, it's about to break above this 6-month trading range. Actually, 6-month trading range. 6-month trading range since July. Mukha siyang triangle pattern, mukha siyang square root pattern, 'di ba? Mukha siyang square root pattern. So right now, ang pinaka-importanting level talaga natin for XLK is 242. So, if XLK rallies, indices rallies. Kasi ito yung pinakamalaking component ng index natin. So, XLK looking good, XLV looking good as well after this base breakout. Nagkaroon ka actually dito na bull trap, decline, bear trap, counter rally. So right now, ang pinaka-importante nating makita for XLV is a re-break above 147. So that's XLV. Looks nice pa rin naman. Pwedeng nagta-transition tayo to an accumulation to markup. So mukhang ganon. Short-term accumulation siya or short-term reset below the 100-day moving average. So that's XLV. Looks okay pa rin naman. Nandyan naman yung mga big movers mo, AI, healthcare movers mo like Tempus AI, HIMS, etc. etc. XLP, looks healthy naman although nandito tayo sa resistance area. So XLB, so after this base breakout, 100-day moving average is serving as resistance. XLU looks nice as well. Breaking above this 50-day high, 50-day high, or 20-day high rather. So $80, break above $81, mga main names na dapat mong tignan dyan, BST, CEG, ano pa ba, GE Vernova. So same setups, di ba? Looks like a square root pattern. After the sell-off, nagkaroon ka ng V-shaped recovery or something like that. And consolidation. So watch out for these names since XLU is looking good. XLU is looking good. So, lagay tayo na alerts. Baka kasi malimutan ko, sorry. VST, break above this area, 173, out A, greater than. So, yeah. Next is GE Vernova. Ito yung mga top names natin, top AI names. Greater than. Oklo, nagde-decline before earnings. So, natural reaction naman yun. So, that's XLU, XLI. Looks nice as well. We're above the 100-day, 50-day moving average. Although yung 50-day mo, nagkakaroon ka ng parang death cross or whatever you want to call it. So, if mag-rally naman yung XLI, naman yan, mag-criss cross lang yan sa 100-day moving average. So, XLE, so yun nga, since US oil is declining or at least on a short-term decline, medyo alanganin XLE names natin. XLRE, looks okay, pero yun nga, below the 100-day moving average. So, that's our spider sectors. Let's look at MAG7. So, MAG's ETF looks nice. Nagkikreate tayo ng parang triangle pattern or wedge. So, kailangan natin mag-break out dito sa resistance trendline muna. So, that's MAG7. So, Google after earnings still declines. Amazon after earnings still declining. So, Meta after a multi-day rally after earnings, for the first time ever, nagkaroon tayo ng 2-day decline. So, Nvidia, after after the DeepSeek AI sell-off, uh, fills the gap, fills the gap. So, lapit na earnings na next week, Feb 26. So, it's key event na dapat nating tignan. So, Tesla. So, you don't buy before earnings. Don't buy before earnings. So, Tesla, after the bounce at the 100-day moving average, we're seeing a lower time frame. A lower time frame square root pattern. So, 1 hour time frame, after sharp sell-off, recovery, consolidate. So if it breaks out of T68 or T67, that's a buy point for me. So, lagay tayo na alert. Again, lagay tayo na alert. So, actually, dito ko nailagay yung na-alert na pala ako kahapon dito. So, greater than this level. So, maybe I'll buy at T65. So, that's an initial tranche. My goal for Tesla is a bigger picture trade since it's a monthly breakout, potential monthly breakout. So, we're gonna revisit Tesla ng 2018. Ito yung monthly breakout mo. After the monthly breakout, what happens? Lockout rally. So, same character dito. Same structure yung nakikita natin. So, sharp sell-off, recovery, monthly breakout, retest, and right now, kailangan lang natin i-trade to in tranches. Trade natin to in tranches. So, the next level to buy for me is the undercut and reclaim of the earnings candle low. Ito yung earnings candle mo. The earnings candle low mo, if it recovers above the ECL or earnings candle low, that's another rebuy area. So, kumbaga, yung ngayon na tranche, yung pinaplano kong tranche ngayon is a confirmed support buy since, ayun nga, meron tayong lower time frame structure. Microsoft, yung mint sa bang salsa. So, Microsoft, after earnings, continues to decline. So, ito yung earnings candle low mo. Ito yung earnings candle mo. Right now, it's recovering above the earnings candle low. So, watch this name for me. Watch this name. So, look for lower time frame setup. So, let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Mukhang may wedge pop ka na dito. Ayan ka ng wedge pop. So, ito yung earnings reaction. So, lower time frame, ayan kang wedge pop. Hintay tayo ng consolidation at 415. But if it breaks above 417, pwede ko na siyang i-chase. Medyo widen ko na lang yung stop ko. So, that's Microsoft. Next is Apple. So, after earnings, Apple, nagkaroon siya ng medyo gap and crap moment. So, after the recovery above the earnings candle low, nag-rally siya. So, ito yung sinasabi ko. After earnings, ang tignan mo lagi earnings candle low. If the market drops below the earnings candle low and recovers above it, you might experience a strong counter rally. So, kumbaga, madami ka lang shinake out Shinake out. So, that's Apple. Right now, it's printing a 2-day inside bar setup. So, pwedeng continuation pattern. Pwedeng ganun. Pwede mo siyang i-trade as a continuation pattern. It's up to you. But there are better setups. So, that's our Mag 7 components. Market groups. Tignan natin market groups. Ano ba yung strongest market groups natin? So, K-Web, China Equities, internet names still. Rains on top. Rains at top. SOCMED names, China broad names, gold miners also doing good. Online retail. Anything above 70%. 60%. So right now, mas picky ako. 70% RSN Trend Composite scores lang yung titingnan kong market groups. So, top names na in mind, healthcare equipments. Isa yun sa mga gusto ko. China names, meron akong mga ibang tinitingnan like AT&T. So, if we're gonna look at AT&T, all-time high breakout siya. Hindi lang ako nabigyan nito. Maybe I'll wait for a retest at $30. So, lagay tayo na alert sa $30. So, it's a China name. China name. Tapos, meron pa. Dito yun sa aking watch list. So, nandito yun sa stocks and strong teams. YMM. Full Truck Alliance. Ito, all-time high breakout nito. Hindi pala. Stage 2 breakout. So, YMM is a stock that's under stage 2 markup. Tapos, medyo malapit na nga lang earnings, no? So, March 5. Pero regardless before earnings, nag-rally siya eh. So, actually, this was the ideal buy point at 11.63. But hindi ako nabigyan. Again, I was focused on post-earnings plays. Hindi ako masyadong nag-focus on strong teams, which is one of my wrong moves. Actually, hindi naman super wrong move, pero mm, dapat medyo nag-allocate din ako ng onte, di ba? So, ayun, it's painting this continuation pattern after this breakout. So, if you want to trade this, punta ka sa lower time frame. Although medyo choppy yung lower time frame mo, punta ka sa regular trading hours. So, pwedeng breakout of 1288. Get tayong alert. So, YMM. Kailangan ko lang ng onting exposure in China. China names. Wala pang exposure in this team. In this team. Sorry, medyo inubo ako. Okay, so ito yung mga main themes natin. Top performing market groups for this trading session: Natgas, healthcare. Healthcare names, top decliners, mining and nuclear names, oil and gas equipment, ano pa ba, metals and mining, transportation and IPO names. So, most likely dahil dun sa, ano ba, Palantir decline, nagkaroon ng big sell-off in Palantir eh. So, okay na rin. Actually, nakabenta tayo dito sa area na to, 111. So, at actually, that was a good sell na rin para sa akin. So, anyway, today's session, medyo nagkaroon ako ng mga onting losers. So, I'm down 2K since yesterday. 2K yesterday, 2K dollars yesterday. So, 100K pesos yun in peso terms. So, I sold Airbnb. I sold Airbnb. So, nangyari dito, after the break below the AVWAP, anchored VWAP, pinenta ko na eh. Hindi ko na inantay yung yung stop loss area ko at 154. So, ganun talaga. Maybe I'll just rebuy this name if it manages to break above this downtrend line or this AVWAP area. Okay, so that's Airbnb. After the drop below this AVWAP, binenta ko na siya. So, I sold at 156. So, another action na ginawa ko, bumili ako ng tama ba? Nakabili ako ng team kahapon. Oo, team. Nabili ko dito tapos nakabenta din ako at 309. So, I got stopped out. So, it's a $560 loss for my swing portfolio. Okay, so another is I bought AMSC. So, AMSC yung setup dito is a post-earning pullback breakout. So, I bought this breakout at 32.82. Then, stops ko is at 30.87. So, baka ma-stop out ako dito. Hopefully hindi, di ba? Pero, ayun, it is a setup na dapat ko i-execute kasi, ano to eh, it's my setup. So, it's a post-earnings pullback. A 10-day MA kiss and rally. So, sa higher time frame, sa daily time frame. So, balik tayo dito sa team. So, sa team kasi, ang ganda ng daily time frame niya. After earnings, undercutted and reclaimed the ECL earnings candle low. Nag-rally, kiss the 10-day moving average. Actually, nag-go below 10-day moving average siya. Ang mali ko dito, bumili ako below the 50 SMA line sa 1 hour time frame. One of my primary rules when trading this anticipation breakouts on post-earnings basis or coils, hindi ako bumibili below the 50 SMA line sa 1 hour time frame. Nangyari, bumili ako dito. So, that was an error. So, next, Rocket Lab. Thankfully, nakabenta ako before the sell-off. I sold at 27.4 dito sa area na yan dito before the breakdown. So instead of being stopped out at 26.13, which will give me an $800 loss, mga $300, $400 loss lang siya. So that's Rocket Lab. Next is Expedia. So I bought Expedia at 205.75. So Expedia is a post-earnings coil setup. Tapos 52-week high siya. 52-week high niya yun. I believe this is the all-time high level, 216. Double check natin sa monthly. Ito yung all-time high mo. Yan. So malapit na tayo sa all-time high. So at the lower time frame, I bought at this breakout. Dito sa breakout na itong base na yan. So ito above the 100 SMA line siya. Above the 100 SMA line. So extended trading hour, same lang halos. So above the 50 SMA line siya. So right now, ang kailangan kong i-manage dito is my stops at 197. So malaki yung reward risk niya. Malaki yung reward risk niya. Nasa 2.9, 3:1. So yung all-time high level mo is at 217. So halos tumbukin niya lang yung near all-time high level. So next is I sold Hood. Got stopped out in Hood. So got stopped out at 59. 59.03. Okay, so ayun, ang mali ko dito, hinawakan ko yung hinawakan ko tong day 2, day 3. So ayun, medyo distracted tayo recently. Medyo distracted. So dapat pag ganito, initially tinrade ko to for a power earnings gap plus EMS setup, earnings momentum surge. On day 2, day 3, nawala na yung yung bias natin na mag-rally siya for the next 5 days eh. So dito pa lang dapat nagbebenta na ako. So in full honesty, I was hoping for an AVWAP reclaim. So ito yung AVWAP mo. Let's clean up the chart. Ito yung day 3 eh. Break below AVWAP. I was hoping for a recovery above AVWAP. Sabi ko, wide stop naman ako eh. So bigyan ko ng breathing room. Hindi nag-counter rally. Kaya ang ginawa ko kahapon dun sa isang trade na yung Airbnb, break below EVWAP, alis na ako. So ayun, this is my open positions. Ito yung mga open positions ko. Netflix, I still have Netflix. So sa daily, looks okay pa naman. Above the 10-day moving average pa naman tong Netflix. Nakuha ko to sa post-earnings coil breakout. So before the breakout, nakuha ko na siya at 995 something. Mga ganun. So next is Asana. Ito, it's a pullback setup. Pullback at 50-day moving average. So sa lower time frame, as I've said, it's an accumulation pattern. It's a lower time frame accumulation pattern. Wyckoff accumulation. So it's transitioning to a markup phase. So kahapon, sabi ko, if it breaks below 22.8, so ang average price ko with Asana is 22.6. So ito yung current state ng Asana possession ko. So hindi pa canceled yung risk. So may open risk pa yung $560. So ang gagawin ko dito, if it recovers above 24, doon ako mag-a-add. Slowly adding on Asana. So next is AMSC. Ayun nga, bumili nga ako ng AMSC. So ayun nga, I've discussed na siya, na post-earnings breakout din siya. Post-earnings pullback setup. So dito naman, bumili ba ako above the 50 SMA line? Yes, so bumili ako above the 50 SMA line. Ang problema lang dito, medyo tight stop ata yung ginawa ko dito. So, ang rule ko kasi, if markets are rallying, if we're in momentum land, or mataas yung momentum composite score natin, uh, tight stop is okay. Tight stop is okay. Pero, ayun nga, since we're approaching high impact news, so today we'll have FOMC minutes. Actually, na-release na pala kanina. Uh, GDP data release later. Tama ba? GDP growth rate. Ay, hindi pala. Sorry. Next week pa pala yun. Next week pa pala. Sorry. Okay. Akala ko GDP growth rate na this week. Akala ko 21 to. Feb 21. So, ayun. Wala pa naman tayong high impact news this Friday, Thursday. Kala ko core PCE na this week. Anyway, ayun, tuloy lang ako trading this setups. So, itong ASTS, bumili ako on the retest at the 50 SMA line. So, after the drop below, after this bull trap, nagantay ako ng entry at this 50 SMA line. So, I bought at $32 with the tight stops at 30.32. So, ASTS is simply an AVWAP breakout. So, after this multi-month channel breakout, ni-reclaim yung AVWAP from the highest high. Nagkikreate siya ng inside bar setup. So, targets ko is at $40. $40. So, it's a simple swing play. So, that's ASTS. So, bumili din ako ng ganito. So, yeah. Yun lang yung mga current actions ko for today's session. From Swing Ideas, punta na lang kayo dito sa ating setup and watch list alerts sa Swing Ideas natin. So, ayun. Sorry. Kala ko GDP growth rate na later. And yung core PC, kala ko mamaya na. Next week pa pala. So, yun. Yun lang yung naiprepare ko. So, if you have any questions, chat na lang ako. So, good luck in your trades. Ingat kayo. God bless and goodbye for now.